Hello, Penny here. Today on my garden podcast, it's gardens, it's tomatoes and peppers, basil, onions, just a whole load of stuff. There's trees, there's lemon and lime trees, quince even we've seen today. Anyway, she's there on her knees in the surf, with the waves crashing over her. Maybe it's us. We're the weirdos. Well, this is different. Can you hear the birds tweeting? No, you cannot. Can you hear the seashore? Can you hear the wind? Yes. Where am I? I'm in Greece. Oh, I'm on a holiday. And I've decided to do a bonus episode of my garden podcast from Kefalonia in Greece, specifically Lourdes. Lourdes is a fantastic coastal mini town village. It's not really that. It's, I don't know how to explain it really. So let me describe what I've got. Is a really long 3 kilometre wide beach. And the depth of it is not much at all. So we're talking 30, 40 metres. The tide goes out. It's a little bit deeper. Do you know how I'm going to measure that? Is just by about 4 sunbeds is possible. So there's the sea. Then there's the beach. Then there's a little strip of road that goes along the length of the beach. And behind that are these strips, plots, if you like, of garden. Really skinny, narrow little plots that go from the seafront road all the way to the mountain. So I guess the longest one might be 400-500 feet. And on some of them are lovely apartments, a swimming pool. And on others, it's growing. It's gardens, it's tomatoes and peppers, basil, onions, just a whole load of stuff. There's trees, there's lemon and lime trees, quince even we've seen today, and also a lot of flowers, honeysuckle, geranium, bougainvillea, beautiful colours, attracting the pollinators, doing the work. And it's not by chance that these agricultural plots have taken shape. They're really tended to. So we've been observing a lot of Greek people coming up in their battered old cars or flatbed trucks and parking up often after the sun is going, after the day is they're done and it's in the evening time where the climate is cooling, and they're there and they're tending and they're picking and they're tying all of their crops. And the restaurants in this area are knockout because they're full of fresh fruit and vegetables and just amazing stuff. Even spinach I had the other night. Lovely steamed spinach with a nice bit of fresh fish, or frais fis, as you might say if you were Greek. Love that. Love it. With a bit of wine as well. So, why am I out so late? Because you know me, I love an early bedtime. I'm out so late because on this strip of road, I have noticed the most magnificent sunflowers, honestly. And as I left my sunflowers in the care of my daughter, my teenage daughter, a few days ago, with the promise that she would be watering them and looking after them, I come across these beauties. Now, this sunflower in particular, the tallest of the 5 sunflowers that have been planted, it's not just one head, it's not just 2 heads. I would say there were about 10 sunflower heads coming off this one trunk. It was like Jack and the Beanstalk territory. And then the next one to it is a bit smaller, and the one after that is a bit smaller, but they're multi-headed. It's impressive and weird and magnificent, and they're wilting. They're wilting. I can't walk by without thinking about saving them. I can't walk by without wanting to water them. You ever thought that? You've been in a friend's back garden perhaps, and you've done a bit of creepy deadheading without them looking. Or you've watered a pot plant inside their house because, frankly, they haven't bothered. So I keep walking past and saying to Hunky Husband, hey, we should just water those. Here's our chance. So what we've got is we've got 2 1.5 litre plastic bottles emptied with mineral water. And brilliantly, along the shorefront are these standpipes, showers and little taps for people to wash off the sand off their feet or wash their bodies after they've been in the sea. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill our paltry little bits of plastic with this lovely water, and I'm going to water the sunflowers late at night. No one's around, no one to notice. I don't know who they belong to. I don't know if they'll notice, but I will. I'm going to look the next couple of days, see if they've bumped up a bit, see if they've refreshed from having a bit of water, see if they've livened up. You know, like a holiday, when you liven up from a holiday. I tell you what was funny today on the beach. And I'm not judging another woman by her body at all. I am judging another woman by her actions. So this is the lady on the beach. She had a white bikini on. She's probably about my age, in her 50s. And she's got a magnificent tan on her. She's a white woman, yet she's bang into the mahogany look. So she's really working that. And she's got the white bikini on to show the depth of her tan colour. Anyway, they stood out to us because she's given it the whole pose in for the calendar sort of look, and he's given it the whole I'm taking a picture of you darling look. Anyway, she's there on her knees in the surf, you know, with the waves crashing over her, giving it the sniffy armpit. You know what I mean? Like, imagine yourself on your knees, raising up, tucking your tummy in, sucking it in, and then lifting one arm, turning your head to the left or right, giving it a good sniff. You've got a pose there. That's a pose. And this is what the woman in the white bikini was doing, and her husband was taking pictures. And what was most entertaining about all of this was that the whole beach, this whole little section of beach chairs and umbrellas, we were all side-eyeing this situation because we didn't want to be rude and just turn our heads, point and laugh and go, "What are you doing? You look ridiculous." But we wanted to enjoy the moment because it was going on for quite a long time as well. And then people started looking at each other. For example, my husband was in the water having a little swim, and next to him was a woman with a swimming cap and goggles on who was a bit older and didn't look like she'd laugh at much at all. And they were like sharing a glance. Anyway, I just thought, if that's what they get up to on the beach, imagine what they get up to at home. Apologies if you've ever done sniffy armpit shots kneeling in the surf with your loved one. You do look like a bit of a nana though, I have to say. Right, so to the task in hand, we're going to water these sunflowers and see what happens over the next couple of days and hope for the best. So I feel a bit cagey about this. I feel like we're doing some sort of watering by stealth because there's no one around. It's pitch dark, a few street lamps. All the tavernas are shut for the night. It's about 12:30 at night, which is very late for me. Stars are shining in the sky, sparkling, twinkling, whatever. And we're taking a couple of bottles of water over to a sunflower. I mean, maybe we're the ones who people should be pointing and laughing at, not the woman in the white bikini and her husband. Maybe it's us. We're the weirdos. Now there's lovely good pressure because we're at the bottom of a mountain. This beach is normally rammed by the day, but at night no one's here. Just me and my crazy sunflower lady bottle of water. Now I'm about to pour at the roots of the sunflower. Okay. Right, 1.5 litres of water. Let's go. So we've got balaclavas and black shoe polish striped across our cheekbones. And the only taverna that is open, the owner is actually coming out and looking at us as if we're, what are you doing? It's the Hemingway Bar and Bistro. If anyone wants to come along and see if the sunflowers are sorted. Right. So, who looks the saddest? I don't think that one's going to get saved. It's completely pale in its stalk. It's got brown spot on its leaves, but this one on the end looks like it's got a fighting chance. So let's give that some juice. I didn't think it was a good idea to give it mineral water, so... Anyway, and the other one, nice. And there's even poppies growing. Roots there, poppies are growing. What's growing? It's going to benefit from a bit of water. Now that sounds a bit meagre, just putting 3 litres of water on massive sunflowers, but I have actually been here for about an hour now. I've put already 9 litres of water onto these sunflowers, but the button on the recording equipment didn't actually work. Did it, hunky husband? No. So here we are again, but it's a beautiful evening. I don't mind being out in it. The warm wind is balmy. The sea is glorious. The hire cars are nearly running us over, but we're managing. That's it from my Mediterranean Garden podcast. We'll be back in the normal garden this time next week.